Hey guys, in this video, I want to show you just how really powerful Grasshopper can be. All right, so for most of us, we're doing, we're building scripts and stuff in Rhino and Grasshopper, and that's fine. But really, like, what can you really use this for, And one of those things I like to question people on is like, what are those tasks that you're doing, those repetitive tasks that you're doing over and over again that don't make any sense, that a computer could do, you're just grunting away at it. Those are the tasks that you want to use a scripting software like Grasshopper to run for you. Okay, so for one example is people, adding people to a scene. So here is a big scene, it's a big urban context over here. And on the site, like, we need to add people. Right now, what does this mean? I would have to find a Rhino file with people, okay, and bring those people in one by one and place them on the scene and put them on the stairs, put them on the podium, adjust their height so that they're at the right levels. It would take me a full day to put enough people on this scene. Really, it would, right? But there's no reason. There's no reason why it should take someone that long. So what I did was, after doing it one time and realizing how ridiculous it was, here, let's just make a component that does it for us. Okay, so it's called LC populate. And in case you didn't see that, if you just type in populate, you'll see this little guy show up. Okay, this little orange man running over there. And all it needs is some geometry. Okay, preferably B-reps. So I'm just going to select a bunch of B-reps over here. I'm going to select this as a floor. This one, that one underneath. Let's see, this little podium here. So you can see like the variety that I'm choosing. I'm not just choosing one surface. I'm going around choosing a bunch of different things. And well, it's not as accurate, but sure, just for demonstration purposes, that's fine. Just hit enter. And those are the surfaces I've chosen. I'm going to hide this preview for now, Control Q, and put it into geometry. And now I need to enter something for the density. Okay, so you can have a lot of people in the scene. You can have very few people in the scene. By default, I think it's at 25%. And you see it's automatically populated the scene with those people. I could, of course, increase this. So if I went 0.5, it would actually add a lot more people to the scene. Give it a couple of seconds. If your computer is faster, obviously, it'll run a lot more smoother on yours. But here, look, this is hours of work that we just did in a couple of seconds, right? While I was talking, we just kind of put people in the scene. Let me change this to a perspective view so we can zoom in a little bit and see what's happening in here. There we go. Look at that. They're on different levels, okay, different heights, automatically populated onto these different surfaces, lower levels, middle, upper levels. This is amazing, right? Again, but it's just one piece of code. Now, if you open this, if you double click it, this is a cluster, which I'll talk about more tomorrow. But if you double click it and it goes in, you'll start to see that, it's not super simple. It's a little bit complicated. And if you've not worked in this arena before, it'll take you a little bit longer to understand. But you can open it up and go through it and, see if you can figure out how all the steps are done. But yeah, that's essentially it. Like, it took me like maybe an hour or two to put this code together, right? But once I've done this, I only have to do it one time. No matter what project I'm working on, I pull out this cluster and I run it for whichever surface that I need to be populated. And look, it automatically randomly places them, different ones. It rotates them as well, you see? So they're not all facing the same way. So if I turn my scene, it's, some are facing me, some are moving away from me, but that's okay. And it's great. I could just bake this into the scene and render it with the people on it. It's a great way to just add scale to any of your projects, And you can also adjust the density, right? Like I mentioned earlier. So for example, in some areas, maybe it's more dense. So I would just mix a couple of these, like low dense areas, medium dense areas, high dense areas, So I can start gathering a lot more people in one area and keep them sparse in another. Again, just find opportunities to use these definitions where you don't want to be just like working and slogging away when a computer could do the job for you in a fraction of the time. Let's do another example. If I make a new file over here, so I'll just save this one and open one in feet, just a blank file. And again, another one of those examples is stairs. Okay, so stairs have always been a big pain for me. So for example, let's say I start drawing a line and let's say 20, 30 feet. Okay, it's drawn 30 feet. and I just put it up at some incline, whatever. It's just a line, right? I can bring this line in, and if I had to make this into a series of steps, man, it would take me some time, right? Maybe 15 minutes. I'd get some stairs on this. Okay, but I have a stair command right here. All you need is a curve. How wide are these stairs? So that's about 30 feet, so maybe 6 feet wide. Let's put it 6 feet wide. And what's this riser height? I'm gonna put 0.50 so we can start adjusting it. And ta-da, there you go. Right? Again, what is this? This is a cluster. You double click it, it'll take you inside. You'll see all the code that goes together to make a stair. Okay, I'm gonna do Control S to come back out. And here we go. This is the component. All right, and it's live, right? So if you were doing this in Rhino and then someone changed the floor height, oh my God, that would just make me so upset because I'd have to do it all over again. But here, look, I can just, live, pull this down, pull this back, just adjust it as necessary. I mean, it's great. And you know what the best part is? It's not just for straight lines. Here, I'm going to draw a curve. Let's get its control points up. And let's take these two, put them way up here. This one here, this one here. Okay, cool. So here we have a stair path that's kind of going at a curve, right? So here, right click, set one curve, bring this guy in, and now look. Can you imagine how long this would take in Rhino? It just in like 2 seconds we have it. It's crazy. I mean, and I'm not saying this, it's crazy as in like, oh, look how great this script is, okay? I'm saying it in a way like, look, here's an opportunity where the logic is the same. It doesn't matter what stair you're doing, whether you're doing a straight stair or a curved stair. As long as the logical operation is there, you can feed that logic into Grasshopper and it'll just do it for you. You don't have to sit there, and especially with a curved stair, my God, I would have to find the tangents to this curve at each location and make each stair separately. At least with a straight stair, I can just copy them or array them up, but with a curved one, you can't do that. So yeah, it just really helps out having these tools at your disposal. So whenever you're working, I mean, sometimes it's very project specific. If you find something that you're just spending a lot of time on and it's all repetitive tasks, Grasshopper is the way to go. This is, for me, this is like unleashing the power of Grasshopper. This is where it really lies, where you can take 8 hours of work and bring it down to 8 seconds of work. Like that's where the true power of parametric modeling lies. Anyway, guys, I hope this short video inspires you to find other opportunities for this, and reply to that email that I've sent you. Like if you find other ideas, like, hey, Elzer, I find myself doing this a lot. Is there an easier way? Maybe I'll come up with a little component for that, and we can all benefit from it. So let me know. All right, take care. And yeah, I got one more tip for you guys coming over tomorrow. All right, stay tuned for that. See you then.